Hey you guys, it's Tricia Rivas with Trixies Salon and Miss Hannah.
Hello.
I think in the last video I called you by your maiden name.
You did. I did.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I was not offended.
I've known you since you were a baby, so you're still that name to me.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about a couple things. Hannah's going to talk to you about our Trixies brand ambassador, and then we are going to talk to you about Yelp. And this is how I feel sometimes about social media. That's a screaming goat, literally. So we're going to talk to you today about Yelp. And thank goodness that I have had Hannah with me the past 2 weeks to guide me with all the do's and don'ts on Yelp, means that I really was never a Yelp user. So I'm going to give you the floor and you talk about the brand ambassador, and then we'll get into a little bit about Yelp.
Okay. So for our brand ambassador program, we had a ton of entries. Thank you so much for all of the submissions. It was really fun to go through and look at everybody's profiles and learn more about some of our guests. We ended up going with 10 people that will be our brand ambassadors, and we contacted all of them. So if it is something that you are interested, go ahead and check your email. And if you got an email from us, go ahead and let us know that you're interested. If you're not, totally get it, but we kind of sent over the specifics on what the benefits are to being a brand ambassador for us. So go ahead and check your email. So we're really excited to get this program started.
And if it doesn't work for them, we do have some people on a waiting list. So
Yes.
please let us know as soon as possible. Do you want to go over again what entails with the brand ambassador?
So what we ask of a brand ambassador for Trixies is that you check in when you're at your appointment. You're a regular guest, so you come in every 8 weeks or so, more than just once a year. You do reviews when you come in for us, and post or share one of our posts once a week. And then we'll also give you 3 referral cards at each appointment that we ask that you hand out. When people ask about your hair, just hand out the referral cards. In return, we'll give you 20% off of Aveda home care. You'll get a $50 gift card once a year, and get samples of new products before anyone else has access to those. So a lot of fun perks that'll be really exciting, something a little bit different. And if you love Trixies, it should be, I think, pretty easy to kind of do. A lot of you are already doing those things, so we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes, we do appreciate that. So Hannah, a little bit about the reviews. So they can do that through Demand Force, correct?
Yeah, so Demand Force is what will email you after your appointment and say, thanks for coming in. Do you want to leave us a review? It has its own review system, so if you look us up, you'll see a Demand Force page that has a lot of information about us. There's a lot of other businesses that use Demand Force. We also have reviews on Yelp, on Bing, on Google, and those are the main 3. And so any review on any of those sites is great. We use all of 3 of those. I'd say Google is probably the most common for us.
Yeah.
We have the most reviews on Google, but
Most definitely. So yes, we are so excited about this, and we're excited for those that we have chosen. So be sure to look in your email box. Again, if it does not work out, just let us know, so then we can reach out to those that we have on the waiting list. So let's talk about Yelp. Okay, so let's talk about Yelp.
yes.
I'm not a Yelp user, and I think that's probably what had scared me about Yelp. I'm not gonna lie, I know more about Yelp because God bless their sales associates. They call us about once a week. They send us emails, which I love, because it is a phenomenal platform for social media.
Yeah.
It just was one of those things that I was not familiar how to use it. I don't know how to use it. I finally just downloaded the app and have been playing around with that for a little bit. But you love Yelp.
Yeah, I use
it quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't leave a ton of reviews, which I would, I want to more, just knowing that we are looking for the same reviews, and I know a lot of people view our page but don't always leave a review.
Yeah.
But I use it a lot for restaurants. It also goes with, I think it's Grubhub, so if you look up restaurants, you can get it delivered, and I think a lot of people, especially like my generation, or a lot of different ages, but we'll use it for that. For restaurants, is a big one. But it's just fun to be able to go on there and see people post their own photos. It's just a little bit more interactive, I guess, than Google, but has a lot of this similar information. So I think the biggest thing about Yelp is to remember that even if you don't necessarily want to pay for ads, it's still something that exists and it's out there.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to use it, especially what's free to you. I'm all about using whatever's free. And then if you decide to do ads, you can, but at least you're going to have a positive presence on Yelp. And if people do look you up, they're not like, why don't they have any reviews? They must suck or you know, something, which we know isn't true.
Yeah, exactly. Most definitely. And the great thing too is that we've heard from numerous people that we do education with. So Kayla with IM, you know, who works with a lot of salons, and one thing she said is that Yelp is here to stay. I mean, and it is definitely a huge review and social media platform. So it's just how much you want to be involved in it and how much you don't want to be involved in it.
Yeah.
But it definitely is. It takes time to do it also too, because if you have reviews, even if they're good or bad, you want to be sure to respond to those.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Definitely respond to them. Even respond positively to some of them, so people know you're not just like a robot, you know, that, or just react to bad reviews. I think that's one thing that's hard with Yelp is sometimes it gets the reputation of having just bad reviews on. People don't necessarily go for positive, so I think if we can all use it for positive, you know, like myself included, if I'm looking at someone on Yelp and I loved going there, why not leave a review? But I would just, I think one of our biggest things that we'd like to share with you guys is if you're working on branding your own business and you are wanting to focus on that, you should drop everything right now, go to Yelp and Google, Bing, all of those included, but Yelp especially, and go claim your page if you haven't already, because there's more than, if you own a business and it is popular enough, there is more than likely a page out there already for it. You're just not in control of what's on the page. So you want to make sure that you are in control and that everything's consistent. I know, like, we were focusing on everything's being consistent across the board with saying Trixies Salon, saying the right phone numbers, saying the right hours. I mean, you can post, people can message you directly through Yelp, so it's a great resource for messaging, and they could, you know, book an appointment or place an order or whatever it might be for your business. But I think that's important to claim your page.
Yeah, and I did not realize this, that actually anybody can create a page for your business for Yelp. So like Hannah said, it is very, very important that you claim your page. Now this morning, the text that you sent me with the analytics, I mean, there were hundreds of people that
you can
go to our page.
You can keep track of who, I mean, it'll say a woman in her 30s went to your page, or this person clicked on your website. So it is a really great way to see who's interested, and it gives you, all that information is free. You know, you don't have to pay anything additional for that.
And that is one thing I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys, is that we don't know if we're going to still do the free stuff or if we might do something that we pay monthly for Yelp. We're still doing research. The awesome thing with Hannah is that we're always curious about marketing and social media and branding, and definitely utilizing the resources that we have and the contacts that we have. So I think that's a great little intro to Yelp and Branding Bites, brought to you by Hannah and Tricia. So we hope you have a phenomenal week. And thank God we did not get that additional 8 inches of snow, because I don't know where we would have put it. So we hope you have a phenomenal rest of the week, and we will see you next week.
Bye,
see you later.
everybody.
Bye.